Dave, the MeatMan Scandaliato, and since 1998, I've been a very proud owner of meatandpotatoes.com. And I'm here right now to do the Saturday, May the 18th, 2019 horse racing pickup show. Just going to tackle one race on today's program, the Preakness, race number 13 at Pimlico. They're going to be going 1 mile and 3/16. There's a field of 13 horses, and they're running for $1.5 million. I'm going to give you my win, place, show selection. About 3 or 4 minutes or so from now. But first off, you want to get all the MeatMan's best bets and long shot alert selections for the full card, the Preakness at Pimlico, all the race at Pimlico. I'm going to go over all the race at Pimlico, and I'm going to send out my best bets and my long shot alerts. I'm not going to pick one horse in every race, but I'm just going to send you the best bets and the long shot alerts. It'll probably be about 4 or 5. It's $15. You got to text the word Preakness, Preakness, to 94253. Normally the MeatMan does the full card, where I pick one horse in every race. But look, let's be brutally honest. Some of the races ain't worth betting, especially at Pimlico. So I'm just going to send out my best bets and my long shot alerts. $15. You got to text the word Preakness, Preakness, to 94253. Now, as an added bonus, I'm going to go over all the racetracks in the racing form. And I'm going to send you my best bets and long shot alerts for every track that I see one in. So you're going to get multiple horses from multiple tracks on Saturday. Normally I charge $27 for the full card. I'm basically cutting the price in half because we're going to try something different. I'm not going to send out one pick each race for the race day card for the Preakness at Pimlico. Just the best bets, just the long shot alerts, and I'm going to send you all the best bets and long shot alerts from other tracks that are going to be running on Saturday. The cost is $15. You got to text the word Preakness, Preakness, to 94253. Text the word Preakness, Preakness, to 94253. Now, one order of the MeatMan's best bets and long shot alerts for Saturday's horse racing action at Pimlico and all the other tracks around the country, except for Churchill Downs. The MeatMan will not be doing any Churchill Downs, Cap. If you're looking for Churchill Downs picks, don't come see the MeatMan. The MeatMan won't be picking Churchill Downs anytime soon. But the rest of the tracks, no problem. You want to order them over the phone, $15, no problem. I got my own personal toll-free number that I'm literally going to have the day I die. It's 1-833-MeatMan. That's how you talk directly with me. Las Vegas-based professional handicapper Dave Scandaliato, 1-833-MeatMan. The My Pillow guy. He don't even have his own stinking personal toll-free number. He's going to have the day he dies. The MeatMan does. You're going to talk directly with me. Las Vegas-based professional handicapper Dave Scandaliato at 1-833-MeatMan. All my best bets, all my long shot alerts for the race day card at Pimlico on Saturday, the day of the Preakness. And as an added bonus, I'm going to give you all the best bets and long shot alerts from every racetrack in a racing form. And I'll look over all the races. I'm going to send you all the plays. $15. Text the word Preakness, Preakness, to 94253. Text the word Preakness, Preakness, to 94253. The Preakness at Pimlico, the second leg of the Triple Crown. Of course, the Triple Crown was destroyed when they disqualified Maximum Security. Now, I'm going to tell you how this works, eh? I'm going to tell you how this works. They should have never disqualified Maximum Security. Now, you don't disqualify Maximum Security in that situation. Man, there's a lot of horses in the race. And a lot of bumping and grinding through the course of the race. How come Tyler Gaffleone on the 1 wore a will? He didn't file no claim of foul. That was silly. And this Flavian Pratt guy, the guy that rode the 20 Country House, shame on you, Cap. Shame on you. You weren't even interfered with. And let me tell you something. The owners have spoken about this Flavian Pratt. How come he's not riding the Preakness? Nobody wants him to ride. Believe me, you have an opportunity to get the current Kentucky Derby winning jockey. Nobody wants you around, buddy. That's amazing. The jockey that won the Kentucky Derby I don't think he has any mounts the day of the Preakness at Pimlico. They don't want him around. They don't want that smelly French, went around. Get out of here, Captain. You're a larger class. Get you. Wow. Yo, running Kentucky Derby, man. I got to give y'all credit, man. I got to give y'all credit. Maximum Security was clearly the best horse in the race. And instead of having a great Preakness and watching a great 3-year-old develop, we ain't going to get that. We ain't going to get it. But that's all right. That's all right. We'll just move on. We'll move on. Oh, when are we going to forget about it? Never. We're never going to forget when they took Maximum Security down a winner on a 2019 Kentucky Derby. That's all right. We move on to the Preakness. We don't forget about it, but we move on to the Preakness. Now, got 13 horses going. They're going a mile and 3/16. They're running for $1.5 million. Post time is 6:48 p.m. Eastern Time, 3:48 p.m. Pacific Time out here in Las Vegas for the MeatMan. The number 1 horse is War of Will. I'm actually pulling for War of Will. I'm not picking War of Will, but I'm pulling for War of Will with Tyler Gaffleon up there. Mark Case, the trainer, 4-1 in the morning line. Look, how come he didn't file no objection? Because you don't file objections in the Kentucky Derby. You don't do that. You don't do that, man. There's all sorts of bumping and grinding. You got 18, 19, 20 horses running, pouring down rain. You don't file a claim of foul. Hats off to Tyler Gaffleon. Hats off to Tyler Gaffleon for not lodging a claim of foul. Now, I don't think War of Will was going to beat Maximum Security. I don't think he was. He was coming. He was running a great race. I mean, the first guy to be, he was running a great race. We'll see what happens. War of Will, like I said, I'm pulling for War of Will. I'm pulling for Tyler Gaffleon. I'm just not picking. The 2 is Bourbon War. Mark Henning, the trainer. Iran Ortiz, the jockey, 12-1 on the morning line. Broke maiden first time out. Won an allowance race. Ran second to Fountain of Youth. 4th in the Florida Derby by Maximum Security. Get blinkers for the first time. I like Bourbon, but I ain't gonna bet on Bourbon War. The 3 horses, Warriors Charge. Brad Cox, the trainer. J.J. Castellano, the jockey. 12-1 on the morning line. This horse gets Castellano up for the first time, and Castellano had a huge day on Friday at Pimlico. He won the Black-Eyed Susan. He won like 5 races in a row. I mean, the guy was on absolute fire. This horse likes to go to the front, and they got a lot of speed in the race. And took him 4 cracks to break maiden. Then won an allowance race at Oaklawn Park on a mile and a 16th. Won the race by 6.5 lengths. Yeah, we'll see. The 4 horse is Improbable. 5-2 on the morning line. Mike Smith, the jockey. Bob Baffert, the trainer. Of course, Mike Smith won the Triple Crown last year. Aboard Justified, Bob Baffert's won the Preakness 7 times. This horse finished 5th in the Kentucky Derby, was put up to 4th through the disqualification of Maximum Security. None of the other horses that ran in front of Improbable in the Kentucky Derby are running in the Preakness. So the morning line favorite in the Kentucky Derby was scratched. Omaha Beach, Improbable went off the favorite in the Kentucky Derby, went off 4-1. 5-2 on the morning line here is the morning line favorite. Now let's see what happens. The 5 horses, Owendale, Brad Cox, the trainer, Florent Garou, the jockey, 10-1 on the morning line. Won the Lexington at Keeneland at 12.7-1, coming off the pace Took 3 cracks to break maiden, then took 3 cracks to win an optional claimant race. Got buried in the Risen Star, finished 8th, 10 lengths to the front, then came back, won the Lexington. The 6 horses, Market King, Wayne Lucas, the trainer, John Court, the jockey, 30 to 1 on the morning line. Took 5 cracks to break maiden. And hasn't won since. 1 win, 1 second, 2 thirds. Nah. The 7 horse is Always Mining. 8 to 1 on the morning line. Centeno, the jockey. Kelly Rubley, the trainer. This horse is going to be dangerous right here. I can tell you that right now. This horse, I took about 5 or 6 looks at this horse right here. This horse reminds me a lot of Maximum Security. This horse, when he gets into the stretch, he's got a big lead, and then he opens up. You don't see horses like this all the time. Now, this horse does have a couple of losses in the middle of the 7 wins that he has. He's won 6 races in a row. And in 5 of those 6 races, Always Mining improved his lead in the stretch. Last time this horse was on a sloppy track, he won by 10. Has good buyer speed figures. This is going to be a dangerous horse on the front. Pay attention to the 7. The 8 horse is Signal Man. Kenneth McPeak, the trainer. B.J. Hernandez Jr., the jockey. 7 races, 2 wins, 2 seconds, and 2 thirds. Only time finishing off the board, ran 7th in the Fountain. He was making a 3rd start off the layoff here in 2019. Won the Kentucky Jockey Club, the Grade 2 for the 2-year-olds at Churchill Downs, the big race in the slop. Won it in the slop by a neck at 360 to 1. I mean, it's a decent looking horse right here, especially making a 3rd start off the layoff. This horse is going to be dangerous right here. Signal Man's going to be dangerous in the Preakness on Saturday. The 9 is Bode Express. 20 to 1 on the morning line. Johnny Velasquez in the saddle. Gustavo Delgado, the trainer. Never won a race. Never won a race. 6 times on the track. Never won a race. 3 seconds, no thirds. 2 maiden races, ran 9th and 2nd. 2 other maiden races, ran 2nd and 4th. Ran 2nd in the Florida Derby. Had no business running in the Kentucky Derby. Went up at 71 to 1. Ran 14, 15 lengths to the front. Now he's back to the Preakness. Ain't going to get none of my money. The 10 horses Ever Fast. Dale Roman's the trainer. Joel Rosario, the jockey. This horse broke maiden first time out. 9 races ago, hasn't won since. And very rarely is even competitive. Last 3 races, the Pat Day Mile, the Florida Derby, and the Fountain of Youth. Lost those 3 races by a combined 45 lengths. 50 to 1 on the morning line. The last 3 times was 66 to 1, 90 to 1, and 63 to 1. The 11 is Laughing Fox. Steve Asmussen, the trainer. Santana, the jockey, 20 to 1 on the morning line. Won his last time out, going 1 1/8 in the Oaklawn Park Invitational. Went over at 4 to 1. 7 races, 3 wins, no seconds, no thirds. This horse is all in, all or nothing, Cap. All or nothing. The 12 horse is another twist of fate. Blaine Wright, the trainer. Jose Ortiz, the jockey. 6-1 on the morning line. I took a couple of looks at this horse. But this horse needs the front. And the front's going to be tough to get to in the Preakness. Front's going to be tough to get to. A lot of speed in the Preakness. $94, $94, $95 buyer figures last 3 times out. Was second in the Sunland Derby, second in the Lexington. Actually went off as the favorite in the Lexington at 7-5. The 12 horse, another twist of fate, is going to be very tough in the Preakness. The 13 is Win, Win, Win. Michael Trembetta, the trainer. Pimentel, the jockey, 15-1 on the morning line. A pretty nice horse. I mean, going in the Kentucky Derby, it ran 6 times, had 3 wins, 2 seconds, and a third. It never missed hitting the board. Ran 10th in the Kentucky Derby, 9th through disqualification because they moved everybody up 1. 8.5 lengths from the front, went up at 16.80-1. You know, ran second in the Bluegrass, third in the Tampa Bay Derby. I mean, he's not a bad horse. I mean, he's won $367,000. So that's your field for the 2019 Preakness at Pimlico. I'm going to go ahead and take the 4. Improbable. The 5-2 morning line favorite. The bottom line, this is the best horse in the race. The top 3 finishes in the Kentucky Derby, they're not running in the Preakness. So Improbable, who was the favorite in the Kentucky Derby and finished better than any other horse in the Kentucky Derby, now running in the Preakness. This horse is going to be tough. I mean, 5 straight races with a 90-plus buyer figure. 93, 96, 95, 99, and 96. This is clearly the best horse in the race. Ran in the Grade 2 Rebel. Ran in the Grade 1 Arkansas Derby against Omaha Beach. Ran in the Kentucky Derby against Maximum Security and Game Winner. And horses like that. I mean, this Improbable is going to be tough. His last race of 2018, when he was a 2-year-old, he ran in the Los Alamos Futurity to Grade 1. Won that race by 5. And the horse that ran second and third, Mucho Gusto and Extra Hope, both went on to win their next time out. The 4 is going to be tough. The 4 is going to be tough. You got Mike Smith, who won the Triple Crown last year for Bob Baffert. Bob Baffert's won the Preakness 7 times. Bob Baffert has won the Preakness 7 times. And when Mike Smith and Bob Baffert get together, they're winning at a 44% clip. A 44% clip. I mean, that's almost 50%. That's almost 50%. So when Bob Baffert, when he wants to win, he calls on Mike Smith. And Mike Smith, he gets the job done. I like this horse. 5-2 on the morning line. It's a square price for the horse that was the favorite in the Kentucky Derby. Like I said, Bob Baffert, 7 Preakness wins. Mike Smith, he's got 2 Preakness wins. He swept the Triple Crown last year with Justify. Remember, Mike Smith was on the morning line favorite when he got scratched for the Kentucky Derby. You got to remember. So Mike Smith, he had a chance to win 4 straight Triple Crown races, and you know what I'm saying? He got scratched. Now Mike Smith back on a good horse. Improbable's the best horse in the race. Bottom line, Improbable's the best horse in the race. Bob Baffert's the best trainer in the race. Mike Smith is the best jockey in the race. And the best handicapper you know when it comes to horse racing, he's going to take the horse. But you can't ask for anything more than that. It's 13 horse in the race. On a 5-2 morning line, you normally wouldn't bet across the board win, play, show. But with 13 horse in the race, I think this is the way to go. I think you might get 3-1 on improbable. I don't see improbable going down to 8-5 or anything like that. Before it goes under 2-1, I think we can get as much as 3-1. And in that case, we definitely get a better across the board win play show in a 13-horse field. Remember, we're trying to make money. The horse runs third, we're going to lose a few bucks. The horse runs second, we're going to make a few bucks. And improbable wins, hey, we're in good shape. I should be going for the second leg of the Triple Crown. The MeatMan should be going for the handicap and Triple Crown right now. But some kind of way my horse got disqualified in the Kentucky Derby. But that's all right. Coming right back into Preakness, coming right back with the best horse, the best trainer, the best jockey. And that's the 4. Improbable. I'm going to bet improbable across the board. Win, place, and show. You normally bet $100 on a football game. You bet $25 across the board, win, place, show. You normally bet $50 on a football game. You bet $10 across the board, win, place, show. You normally bet $20 on a football game. You bet $5 across the board, win, place, show. Race number 13 on Saturday at Pimlico, the Preakness. I'm going to go with the 4, improbable, 1304. And I'm going to bet this horse across the board, win, place, and show. All right, now, you just betting the Preakness, you're good to go. But if you want to get all the MeatMan's best bets and long shot alerts for not only the race day card at Pimlico on Saturday, but all the tracks in the racing pool, I'm going to go over all the tracks, and I'm sending out my best bets and long shot alerts. Normally, I just do the full card, and I pick every race at the track. But, man, I'm telling you, Pimlico's tough, and there's so much other good stuff in the racing form. Why would I give you a bad pick in a race running at Pimlico when I can give you something else from another track that the MeatMan's going to have his own money on? Get every best bet and long shot alert that I release on Saturday at Pimlico and every other track in the racing form that the MeatMan looks at. It's $15. Text the word Preakness, Preakness, to 94253. Get all the MeatMan's best bets and long shot alerts for Saturday's horse racing action at Pimlico and all the other tracks in the racing form. I'm going to send everything out late tonight, about midnight Pacific time, about 3 a.m. Eastern time. You'll check your email box first thing in the morning on Saturday, and you're going to get all the MeatMan's best bets and long shot alerts for Saturday's horse racing action. $15. Text the word Preakness, Preakness, to 94253. Text the word Preakness, Preakness, to 94253. Order all the MeatMan's best bets and long shot alerts for Saturday's horse racing action. $15 right over the phone. Directly from me, Las Vegas-based professional handicapper Dave Scandaliato. When you call toll free 1-833-MEAT